So today I'm taking the 2A there, taking out for a little run out to a place, tell you a little story about what turned into quite a nasty little incident back in the late 70s, early 80s. Anyway, let's crack on, and I'll give you more information when we get down there. Here we are approaching Pendeen Lighthouse. Those two boulders in front of you give you a clue about what this little story is all about. So this was all barricaded back in the 70s, early 80s. This was actually completely built over by the farmer and his family. So yeah, it all got rather nasty, and at one point the fisherman's pickup truck, which at the time wasn't that old, it was a valuable vehicle, over the weekend somebody let the handbrake off it and pushed it over a cliff, which didn't go down very well. So this is new. Here's the official footpath. The southwest coast footpath goes up there, but I've noticed that somebody's plonked this beach sign on there. Now normally most people, they would walk down past that building and then past the fisherman's place down there and then get access to the beach across there. So someone is now trying to divert people that way. Yeah, that's quite interesting. Yeah, this is where the poor old fisherman's pickup truck ended up going over the side and being quite damaged, as you could imagine. However, apparently it was still usable, but over this particular weekend, whilst waiting for recovery, someone, they have their suspicions, but it's never been proven, decided to smash the vehicle up. Basically really did a vandalism job on it. Jumped up and down the roof, smashed the windows, pulled the windscreen wipers off, mirrors, all that sort of stuff. Really sort of wrote it off. So this is the sort of fisherman's little empire down here, and the pickup truck goes over down there. Not good for the truck, and not good for the fishermen, and not good for the relationship. So we've arrived at the little fisherman's spot. As you can see, they've got it all set up quite nicely. Yeah. And there's the this Portheras Cove over there. There's a nice sea pool down there. And you can see there's somebody there just still doing some work. Here's a little fisherman's hut, and they usually winch their boats up here. They must be out today. There's no boats here at all, but yeah, you can see it's an amazing spot. Not easy to get to, which is probably just as well. It'd be mobbed otherwise. Yeah, I'm just making my way down this steep slope, and we get onto the beach. We'll have a look around the beach, and I'll continue with the story, because it hasn't finished yet. Oh no, there's more to come, more fun and games. Yeah, you can see just there, look, that's the little fisherman's hut, and there's the slope I've just come down, and it is extremely steep. And let's turn you around again. So there we are, look at this, look. This is one of my favourite spots, locally anyway. It really is a nice spot. It's quite dangerous for bathing though. Been several wrecks out over here on reefs and rocks, and there was one that was washed up on the shores here and was blown up by the Royal Marines, blown to smithereens. Unfortunately, although the Marines did a good job at blowing it to smithereens, they spread shards of massive pieces of metal all over the place, and they do reappear at some stage to the tide. But yeah. Oh, there's a seal out there. Let me see if I can zoom in and get him for you. Can you see him? Just got his nose stuck out, having a good old sniff. They just float vertically in the water, really. Yeah, he's just now living his best life. One of those shards of metal out there, buddy. Right, let's make our way back up. It's quite a steep climb there for the rest of the way, but I'll try and continue with the rest of the story. Hope I'm keeping you engaged, because yeah, I mean, I don't know all the facts, but I've read snippets online and seen some clips in a archive newspaper, which I'll put up on the screen in a bit. But yeah, now this is where it gets steep going up. This will be a bit of a burn. Let's have a little sit here a minute, admire the view. Yeah, rest my old bones. There we go. So that's Portheras Cove over there. Well, it all is really, but I mean, for those that want to sunbathe and swim or whatever, they say it's dangerous for swimming, but if you're careful, it's okay. Anyway, I'm sat right by the little hut. Yeah, so things got a little bit nasty, as I say, after the pickup truck. The fishermen then started to dismantle the wall up there so they can get backwards and forwards, and obviously that didn't go down very well. So I think the farmer put a gate in first, and historically they'd always had an agreement. I think it was a bottle of whiskey a year or something. And yeah, you're cool, you know, crack on. But for some reason it went sour after many years, and yeah, it all sort of fell apart. So the farmer put up a wall, and well, he put boulders out first of all, then he built a wall, put a gate in. took the gate out and built a complete blank wall. The fisherman dismantled that in a rage. So the farmer came down. So to retaliate against that, the farmer started muck spreading them with his muck spreader. And apparently, on a couple of occasions, and then one time he came down, his son came down driving the tractor. The fisherman dragged him out of the tractor and threw him into the slurry that he'd been thrown around. So it was all very unpleasant. The police were involved, obviously. Forensics came down to investigate the pickup incident. I don't think they ever got to the bottom of it. But yeah, I thought it was an interesting little story. But I'll just sort of more or less finish that story off with a few pictures at the end here, and maybe a little explanation. Depends on how long this video goes on for. I only want them to be on like 10 or 15 minutes maximum. So yeah, stay tuned. The wall's still in place and there's a gate, but I think the key is shared mutually now, so there's no more aggro. But I will put up some pictures, and you can see even a bit of landy action at one point. And I think there's a photograph of a local police inspector who stood right just here with this in the background. So yeah, I'll get home, edit this together, and whoop, get it up there for you ASAP.